my video about fools. There was a fool board who became proven in action indeed. And then there was another fool born who followed the steps of the first fool and did same and more wicked, trying to overrun each other. Should we laugh or should we cry? Should we kill or should we suffer all our life? The first fool's name is William. Prince William, who was worthy of a princess so beautiful, a princess of Creator's heart, and he did not want her because she was abused. And when she was not abused, he would always turn away from her, always. It was never enough for him. Never cherished her, never cherished his own soul, never cared about his own life, always said, I don't care, I don't care. And so he is fallen. He done much wickedness to his own sorrow. He made his own palace his misery, and he made his own royal bed a grave. He has laid with witch in bed, and his bed was a grave to him. He was dead in bed many times with the witch. He could not bear the witch beside him, and he kept the witch for over 10 years. And so his bed was a grave to him. The other fool is a brother of Princess Anastasia. He is so wicked, so foolish, it is unbearable. He wanted to kill his father for no reason. He killed Princess Anastasia, his sister, many times, but Yeshua would bring her back to life. He killed her many times, and Russia did not cry for her. She's a princess of Europe. World good for Europe. Done much for them. Give them advice and encourage them. Helped and give them good. And they did not cry for her. They looked down on her because her brother was abusing her and killed her many times. And none wept, none prayed about her. And so her brother lied to them in their face, and they believed him. They mocked her princess, and brother lied on her, making her look like a whore, but she was not and is not. But Europe was foolish and wicked and are going to rip apart after the video is over. The brother of Princess Anastasia had a plan against Europe. Not for Europe, but against Europe. He wanted to kill Princess Anastasia and rule Europe. He wanted to take all women from Europe and have sex with them by defiling them, by abusing them with hate, having sex with them, infusing them, and making their beloveds servants to him. While a man was serving him, he wanted to infuse his wife in his face. He went to Europe knowing that a man has only one beloved for a lifetime. He knew that a man has only one, and there is no other, and never will be. And he planned to take the women and make them his whores, and whom he would never love, and they would never love him. But he had a pretty face, and he thought that they are going to want him for his pretty face. And surely many girls probably did, but they did not know that they have a beloved and they don't need a fool with pretty face. And so he was deceiving them with his pretty face and wanted to take over all women and infuse them while enslaving their beloved to make them slaves, warriors, and servants to his word. He was and is wicked. He did not will to do good. Ever since he was little, he done wicked. He worked on Sabbath days. He did not care about the feasts of Most High. And so Princess Anastasia helped him to rise and be holy. He rose and became holy for a short while, and then he again became wicked and rebellious against Most High, and did wickedly. Wanted to kill Princess because she did not want to wed with him, because she didn't love him as a husband, because Yahweh made only one beloved for one man, and since she is for Prince William, the first fool, she couldn't love her brother as a husband, and she would say no to him, and he would kill her for that reason, and then say that she's a whore, and lied upon her, made false videos, false photos, and presented to people false information about a holy princess who loves Yahweh from the womb of her mother, and defiled her many times, defiled her, abusing her. He is very wicked and very annoying, very hateful to people. But he was hateful too also to the wicked who did not will to do good. Princess Anastasia's brother buried her alive for 7 days. He put her on drugs and put her in the grave and buried her for 7 days. She was in the grave. He left and sat somewhere in the house or under a tree waiting for her to suffer. When she came into breathing and opened her eyes, she was in the grave. She was trying to get out of the grave and she couldn't. She hoped on Creator Yeshua, the beloved promised one, and she was hoping, saying he can help, he can save me. And all she said was, Yeshua can help. I can do this with Yeshua. And she did was she fasted for 7 days as she was in the grave. She fasted. And she said, I'm going to fast for 7 days. As she laid in the grave for 7 days, could not breathe, had little air, and it was a miracle that she did breathe. And after 7 days, she started to push the top of the box she was laying in, and as she was pushing it up, she was hoping the earth was going to fly out from the grave, and the earth started flying out from the grave, from the box she was laying in. And as the earth flew out, as she was pushing it with thinking about Yeshua helping her, she opened the grave and she started climbing out of the grave, of the pit she was in. As she was trying to do that, she couldn't do it without Yeshua. And then she said, Yeshua can help, and she made it up. And as she came out, she was very dirty, and her brother was there to abuse her more, and she couldn't take it no more, and she started running from him, and she ran away, hoping on Yeshua, only Yeshua. It was fearful, beyond death fear, but she was hoping on Yeshua and kept calm, and in peace she was, and made it out of the grave after 7 days being alive, in knowing it. And as he did it to Princess, to his own sister who is the princess, as he wanted to kill his own father, and his father is righteous, he did not will bad anything bad for him. as he wanted to be king, and father said, no, you're not smart to be king. And he wanted to kill father for that reason, because father could not anoint a fool. And so he wanted to kill the father. And so he wanted to do the same to Europe and to everybody. If he did this to Princess, what do you think he would have done to you? Did you really think he would have given you gold and fields and food, when he was only killing everybody who was righteous and loving? And the thoughts of the father, son of Anastasia, was that he be king and take all women to make them miserable whores for him, because he knew they will never love him. He wanted to abuse them, and then he wanted to enslave the beloveds of those women and make them his servants, so they would obey his word, while he goes into a house and infuses his beloved, while he goes out and fights for him, the enemy that he made, or not even the bad ones. And this is what the brother of Anastasia did. For two fools were born in modern time, the main greatest fools, Prince William and brother of Princess Anastasia. Two greatest fools were trying to overrun each other in foolishness of shame, of death, of misery, trying to infuse the most horrors possible, trying to defile as more women as possible, trying to take away a wife from a man, defiling her for him, so his heart would rip apart. They tried to infuse the most horrors, counted and then forgot to count and stopped counting and kept doing it, to their own misery, to their own destruction. They've done this wickedness, and Yahweh will not pardon. Yahweh will not tolerate this. Princess Anastasia loved her beloved William and did not tolerate his wickedness, his adultery, unfaithfulness. He also betrayed her, as he did the kingdom, and so did the brother, betrayed all, and adulteress was great adulterer, one with William. They both hate each other. William hates my brother to death, and my brother hates William to death. They abhor each other to death, of miserable death, and they are the same and abhor each other. They did the same wickedness, the same hateful things, and hate each other to miserable death, cannot bear each other, one another, and each other for sure, because William hates himself. He destroyed his own soul because he's a fool. He destroyed his own soul, and her brother, Anastasia's brother, destroyed his own soul as well, but he didn't do it the same way. The brother of Anastasia actually was miserable and regretting, hating, but William was worser until he started to regret as well, and also regretted and wanted love and couldn't find, because love is Yahweh, and he was trying to find it in a woman, but love is Yahweh.